Welcome back, class. Today's term to know is cycle. So, as you can see here from Endeavor, he has an enhance that says your attack, mill 4 cards. So you discard the top 4 cards of your deck. Your attack gets +2 speed. If you have cycled this game, it gets +3 damage as well. In most games, when you run out of cards in your deck and you are unable to draw, you lose. Not quite so in Universus. If you run out of cards in your deck, what you do is you shuffle your discard pile. Your opponent is allowed to cut after that. You then remove the top 10 cards of your deck from the game, like out of play. And then you keep going. You keep playing with a reduced deck. If you run out of cards again, you shuffle your discard pile again, and you remove another 10 cards. So basically, you cannot lose to being milled out or decked out until you literally have no more cards left in your deck. You're unable to cycle a full 10, and you just have no more cards left after that. So Endeavor here wants you to cycle at least once, which is why he has a lot of mill abilities. But this is also very dangerous because you can lose attacks, you can lose very key cards. It is very dangerous to force yourself to cycle. It's usually used as a fallback of, oh, the game's gone long, I've run out of cards in my deck, I'm going to pick up my discard pile, shuffle it up, remove 10, I can keep going. So that way, mill is not as prevalent as a strategy in this game. There are ways to mill your rival out. It's not beyond reason, but it's not something you want to focus on, because if you're using a standard 60-card deck, you can cycle 2 to 3 times in a game before you lose. So I wouldn't focus on using milling as a mechanic, but because we're having to make control checks in our game, discarding the top card of our deck every time we play a card, it wouldn't make sense that when you run out of cards in your deck, you lose, because you have to use cards in your deck in order to play your cards. So we have a cycling mechanic where you just shuffle up your discard pile, remove 10 cards. In some limited plays like Draft, I believe you only remove 5 cards. But in some limited formats, you will only remove a smaller number of cards than the standard 10. But then you can keep going, you can keep playing. So all in all, don't focus on milling people out if you're one of those kind of players. Like I had my stint of milling in Yu-Gi-Oh! For a while. It's tricky to do here. It's not impossible, but it's not something you want to hang your hat on as a dedicated strategy, because cycling exists. But all in all, cycling is an important part of our game, and it's a pretty easy term to define. So until next time, class dismissed.